Introduction and early life. The character of Dracula, the nocturnal blood-sucking creature, has captivated global audiences for centuries. But behind this character lies a real historical figure, Vlad III of Wallachia, better known as Vlad the Impaler. Born into the tumultuous 15th century in Transylvania, a region in modern-day Romania, Vlad's reign remains one of the most controversial in European history. The world into which Vlad was born was one of political instability and perpetual conflict. His father, Vlad II Dracula, was initiated into the Order of the Dragon, a Christian military order supported by the Holy Roman Emperor, tasked with halting the Ottoman advance into Europe. It's from this order that the name Dracula, son of Dracula, is derived. Youth under the Ottomans. Vlad's formative years, especially during his time as a hostage under the Ottomans, significantly influenced his later leadership. Exposed to the military rigor and administrative acumen of the Ottoman court, Vlad learned firsthand the strategies of his most formidable adversaries. Yet, these years weren't just about learning, they bred in Vlad a seething animosity towards the Ottomans, an animosity that would define his rule. The Impaler's rise and reign. Once in power, Vlad's rule was characterized by a fierce sense of independence, an unyielding justice system, and a propensity for extreme violence, especially impalement. This act of skewering enemies and traitors on large stakes became his terrifying signature. Far from being random acts of sadism, these violent tactics were calculated moves to instill fear, consolidate power, and deter enemies. The real Dracula and the myth. Bram Stoker's Dracula and the historical Vlad the Impaler might share a name, but the similarities, for the most part, end there. The vampire character amalgamated various European myths. However, the echoes of Vlad's violent reign and his fierce resistance against the Ottomans do find a place in the narrative. The Impaler's tactics. Beyond impalement, Vlad employed psychological warfare, guerrilla tactics, and even scorched earth policies to repel the Ottomans. He understood the value of fear as a weapon. Legends such as him dining amidst a forest of impaled enemies further amplified his ruthless reputation. Legacy and modern interpretation. Today, Vlad is celebrated in Romania as a national hero who resisted Ottoman domination. In the West, the Dracula legend has overshadowed his historical deeds, making him an icon of horror literature and films. Dracula in popular culture. The figure of Dracula has been adapted countless times in media. From Nosferatu to modern film adaptations, the vampire figure evolves, yet retains elements harkening back to the historical figure, a testament to Vlad's enduring legacy. Vlad's political relations and diplomacy. Despite his ruthless reputation, Vlad was a shrewd diplomat. He masterfully played the great powers of his day against one another. Walking a diplomatic tightrope between the Ottoman Empire and the Kingdom of Hungary, Vlad sought to extract the best conditions for his realm. His diplomatic endeavors extended even to the Papal States, given the shared interest in countering Ottoman expansion. Vlad's infrastructure projects and governance. While impalement and battles often steal the limelight, Vlad was deeply invested in strengthening Wallachia's infrastructure. He commissioned bridges and fortifications, most notably the Poenari Castle, a fortress that would be the backdrop of many legends. His reign also saw economic reforms. Vlad aimed to reduce his realm's dependency on the Ottomans by cultivating trade ties with neighboring regions. The personal side of Vlad the Impaler. Behind the facade of the fearsome ruler lay a man of complex emotions. Historical sources suggest that Vlad was deeply loyal to his close friends and allies. Yet, this loyalty had a flip side. Betrayal, whether real or perceived, would incur his violent wrath. Personal slights were never forgotten, and revenge, for Vlad, was a dish best served cold. Myths, legends, and folktales. The lines between fact and fiction blur when it comes to Vlad. Tales of him drinking the blood of his enemies, while likely embellished, added layers to the Dracula mythos. Local folklore speaks of Vlad's nocturnal visits to nearby villages, either as a protector or an avenger. Vlad's demise and posthumous fame. The exact circumstances of Vlad's death remain a matter of debate. Some accounts suggest he died in battle against the Ottomans, while others hint at treachery from his own ranks. His posthumous journey was no less dramatic. Legends claim that he was buried at the Snagov Monastery, near Bucharest, but recent excavations challenge this long-held belief. Dracula's legacy in modern Romania. Modern Romania views Vlad with a mix of respect and unease. He is recognized as a defender of the homeland, but his brutal methods are also acknowledged. In the global arena, the Dracula brand has been a boon for Romanian tourism. Places like Bran Castle draw tourists from around the world, eager to connect with the legend. In conclusion, Vlad III, the real Dracula, was a product of his turbulent times. He was both a brutal ruler and a pragmatic leader, a patriot and a tactician. The blending of his historical persona with the fictional vampire Dracula has immortalized him in popular culture. Yet, to truly understand the man behind the myth, one must delve deep into the annals of history, separating fact from centuries of embellishment.